evening, friends. Each one of us is so excited about coming to work every day, coming to the hospital. We're going to make a difference to people's lives. You're going to get a smile back on someone. You're going to take some pain away. But I want to ask everyone, anyone excited about coming to hospital as a patient? Anyone sort of put on his WhatsApp group, it's my lucky day, today I'm going to have a colonoscopy? And nobody actually, puts it on his Facebook page, I'm going to have a root canal treatment today, right? And why is that? That's because, when you're a patient, you're really worried about something going wrong in a hospital. You're worried about complications because we've seen them, we've read about them. We know that so many things can go wrong. And that's how a patient feels. And then a patient's worried, and then we go in, and the patient sees in his or her physician a leader. So actually, every single clinician is a leader. That's how patients see us, that's how we should be seeing ourselves. And I had the privilege of meeting the leader who set up Cadila, Dr. I.M. Modi, when we at Apollo were contemplating of a joint venture. And in fact, we have only one joint venture where a pharmaceutical company and Apollo hospitals have a hospital, and that's our hospital in Indravadan. And there is so much that we can learn from Dr. Modi's life. Humility. Such a humble person. Courage. He was always ready to take on risks. He was a dreamer. If he hadn't had the dream, Cadila wouldn't have become what it has become today. Integrity. He always talked about the highest standards. And I think one amazing quality, amazing virtue that he had that each one of us can really benefit from is the power of gratitude. He was always thankful for the opportunity that God had given him, this opportunity to be able to create medicines that could actually reach to everyone in the country and overseas. And that's something that each one of us is also so blessed with, that we have this opportunity to be able to care for people. As this is a meeting about pulmonologists, so I just want to end with a story about pulmonology and intensive care. Maureen used to be the president of IHI, and once she told us a story. Maureen belonged to a large family, many siblings, and one day she got a call that her mother was very sick and that she needed to visit the hospital, and that she should inform all her brothers and sisters because they needed to have a family meeting and a case conference. So Maureen called all her siblings, and they all went to the hospital, and there was a case conference with the intensivist and the primary physician. And the intensivist went on to explain that Maureen's mother was very unwell. She was likely to require respiratory support. She might move on from non-invasive ventilation to ventilation. She would perhaps require dialysis, and he explained how things would pan out. And while this discussion was going on and the siblings were looking at each other, the primary physician paused for a moment and said, "What would mom want?" And interestingly, nobody had actually asked mom what she wanted. So Maureen was given the task of going to her mother's room and asking her, "Mom, what would you like?" And she went there, and mom said, "I want to go home. I really do not want, I've had a wonderful life. I've had the most amazing life with wonderful children and grandchildren. I don't want to go onto a ventilator, and I don't want dialysis. I want to pass away in my home, in my bed, in my room, surrounded by my children and my grandchildren." So this is what happened. She went home and passed away peacefully, looking at photo albums and chatting with everyone. So Maureen said, "That day I realized that my mother was being cared for by two doctors. Her intensivist was the doctor of her body. He knew precisely what needed to be done. Brilliant doctor, would have taken the best care as he did while she was in hospital. But her primary physician was the doctor of her soul." And sometimes we as clinicians become so busy looking after the body that we forget the soul. And as technology takes over medicine, and as we become more and more high-tech and get that sense of pride in having the best technology, perhaps we need to remind ourselves that we need to be high-touch, just as we need to be high-tech. And I'm so happy that IAMICON is going to be taking not just messages about innovation, but Amit was telling me about spirituality, about becoming a better person, about leadership, about stress management, about handling pressure, about inner management, because only when you manage the inner can you succeed in the outward world. Thank you so much for this opportunity.